Welcome everybody to Nine's Corner. Hi, I'm Nine. It is so good to spend this time with you. It is that time again to do our weekly vibes. What do you need to know about love, money, worry, and advice? Yes, this is Maddie, our baby. Remember when she was just a kitten? Oh my goodness. Yep, there she goes. She's so adventurous. All right, well, we'll see what she does. Anyway, I will put a short video in here so that you could take some time to figure out what number resonates for you, 1, 2, or 3. When you find that number that is speaking to you, go to it and find out what your week will be like. You've chosen group 1. What do you need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? When it comes to love, we have the Magician. That's a good card, guys. The Magician is all about having what you need to move forward in any situation. So when it comes to relationships, if you've been having some difficulties, you'll be able to overcome them. If somebody has been giving you a hard time, if there's somebody in your life that you feel is just judging you, giving you hassle, you have the ability, you have the knowledge, you have everything you need to change that situation. So for some, you are going to be the person that everybody comes to help, to try to fix problems. And for others, this could be the beginning of a love relationship. Maybe you've been waiting for that special someone to come in and they're just going to show up. And you're just going to think, my God, this person is too good to be true because they're helpful and they want to help you and they want to, do what's best for you. Go for it. And if this is you, this means that if you're in a relationship and you're feeling it's a bit stagnant, things are just kind of going by day, and you're living with your partner, but it's more like you're being roommates. You can change that. You can re-spark that relationship this week, so go for it. When it comes to money, we have the Empress. So if you are dealing with any kind of money issues, especially if they're legal and you're waiting for money to come in, you're waiting for a decision to be made, this is letting me know there's going to be some delays. Sorry guys, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But within the next 9 to 12 months, whatever you were working on will come to fruition. When it comes to work, you really have to be that person who is giving. If somebody asks you for help, don't just, push them off, because the person that you are unkind to today will be the person that you'll need help from tomorrow. So this is saying, be generous. Be generous in your kindness. Be generous in your words. Be generous in the work that you do for others, because at the end of the day, we're all in service. When it comes to worry, we got the 5 of Cups. So you're feeling some kind of loss. Something has happened where you feel like you've not been given your due, or something has happened that is making you feel really, really bad. But at the same time, while you're concentrating on all the negative, there's all this good that's happening. So your perception is really not where it needs to be. You're not being true to yourself. Your worry is about all the stuff that you can't see, all the stuff that's not working out. And you're spending all your energy and time looking at what's not there rather than being in that place of possibility, being in that place of joy and contentment. Because in order to be able to add to your life, you have to have gratitude for where you're to. You have to clean house to make room for the new, and you're worried about what isn't rather than what is. Gratitude is a big thing. When it comes to advice, we have the Page of Cups. Works perfectly with what we're talking about. The Page of Cups is all about giving that message of love. Have you told the people around you that you love them? Is there somebody that maybe you haven't touched base with and you think about them, but you just don't do it? Do it. Do it this week. Even if you don't have time to pick up the phone or write a big text because you're like, oh my God, if I sit down, I can't just say hello. I've got to write a long text or I've got to talk for a long time. Send a postcard and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. I can't wait till the next time we get together. Do you know how fabulous you are? Send them a card. Send them a Valentine's card. Do whatever, but make somebody feel important in your life that you know that you haven't been paying attention to. Love is all around you if you're willing to look around and find it. If you want to feel insecure, you'll feel insecure, but there's so much love around you. So it is that time for our angel answers, where we ask the angels to give us a yes, no, or maybe about any question that you have on your mind. Anything that you're thinking about but you don't want to say out loud, this is the time to ask that question. Do you have your question? Let's see what the angel answers are for you. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. This is the perfect timing for the situation you've asked about. Move forward with confidence. Don't delay or hesitate because an energy gateway is presently open for you. Conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, rest assured that you are. You've chosen group 2. What do you need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? When it comes to love, we have the Empress. Oh, good. It is such a time for feeling gratitude. It's a time for accepting where you're to. It's a time for accepting people for who they are and realizing that everybody has a bad day. Everybody has things going on in their lives that you're not even aware of. So be generous this week. Be generous in your words. Be generous in your actions. Realize that everybody's going through their own and this week it is asking you to not just be in gratitude, but to see the other side and to realize that sometimes people need time. Sometimes a friendship or a relationship goes through their bumps, and it's not a breaking point. It just means that you're kind of off kilter right now. Give it some time. Within the next 9 months, if you are having difficulty with a relationship, it's going to take that time to work on it, to figure out what's going on, to figure out if it's what you want. But always be in gratitude and always be gracious, always be giving, always be kind. When it comes to money, we have the 9 of Cups. So when it comes to work, you have it going. Things people are starting to talk about you in a good way. You may not see it right now, but it's coming to you. If you're looking at finances, things are going to be going your way. Things that you might not have thought were going to work out, you're going to start seeing some positive news about it coming. So, and for some, there's going to be a possibility of some inheritance happening or some money coming to you that you weren't expecting. And it's like, you know, that kind of time when you're just like, you know your money situation is at zero and there's stuff that you want or there's something that you need or there's a situation that needs money and you're just like, I'm tapped out. I don't know how it's going to work out. And then all of a sudden, somebody sends you money for your birthday or a late Christmas gift or whatever it is, and it just kind of saves you, and you're just like, oh my God, everything works out. That's you this week. When it comes to worry, 8 of Wands. Interesting. Oh, the cat's underneath the table and she just put her nails into my leg. I apologize. With the 8 of Wands, there's a lot of information happening. There seems to be a lot of movement around in your life. And there's news that you're worried about. Or there's, it's either a case of there's something coming down the pike about news that you're not quite comfortable with. Or there's a lot of movement happening in your life, and it just seems like just as you're getting used to one thing, it's like something else happens and you've got to get used to the situation. You're feeling overwhelmed. It's like there's too much happening. There's too many new things happening, and you just want to rest in the old. You know what I mean? It's just like, please stop. You're stressed out. Guys, I'm sorry to tell you, life moves on and you've got to move with it. And sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to let go. Realize that you can't control a situation. So sometimes, I'm so sorry, my cat is like cutting up at my chair. Lordy help me. Sometimes in a situation, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't control it. So your best bet is to stop worrying about the worst case scenario happening. Deal with things in real time. Stop worrying and causing stress to yourself about something that will end up being nothing at the end of the day. It's going to be so much less worrisome or less harsh than you think it's going to be. It's going to work out. When it comes to, listen, you're feeling kind of stuck. You're feeling like you can't move on. No matter how many times you're moving forward, it's like you're spinning your wheels. And at this point, you're feeling a little bit stuck, maybe a little bit bored. I promise you that you have everything that you need to create the life that you want. Maybe it's time for you to reconnect. Maybe it's time for you to meditate. Maybe it's time for you to have a conversation in which you reach out and speak to your source, your God, your energy that you know is beyond a human one. Whatever it is that works for you, whatever it is that name that you put on it, maybe it is time for you to reconnect. And in reconnecting, that's just really reconnecting with yourself. God is within you, and you need to reconnect with that which is within you. Because right now, you're feeling stagnant. Right now, you're feeling maybe a little bit bored. It's like being in that situation where there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong. If I wrote down, you'd be like, yeah, that sounds really good. But you're just bored. You've had enough. This is when you need to reach out to that which is more than you. Reach out to source. And you need to let go and go, you know what, I need to be in gratitude for the things that I have rather than feeling like no matter what you do, I'm never going to be happy. That's not about others. That's about you. That's about what you're doing, your actions, your perspective. And because it's all about you, you have the power to change it. Man, you have the power to change it this week, I guarantee you. So, as always, we have our angel answers. This is where you get to ask a yes, no question. You may get a maybe, but you'll definitely get good advice. This is the question that you ask in your mind that you're not wanting to put out and say it out loud. So, and it could be about anything that you want to know about, anything that you ever were curious about and you wanted to know the answer. This is the time to ask it. So do you have your question? Let's look and see. We have yes. Yes. The answer to your question is yes. If you want more details, reply to your inquiry. You can ask additional questions and pull more cards. And of course, I pulled another card and we got yes, exclamation mark.
Bravo! The decision you've made is the right one. There's no need to continue to sort through additional options. You know what to do, and you should move forward with your plans. You've made the correct choice for your personal growth and development. However, some decisions can be a true challenge. If the task ahead of you is daunting or even sad, then proceed with your plans in a way that is life-affirming and self-loving. Ask your angels to be with you every step of the way, and don't hesitate to call upon friends or family for support.
So you've chosen group 3. What do you need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? Are you serious? Of course. When it comes to love, we have the Page of Cups. So guys, get ready this week. You're going to be finding out some news. Somebody's going to be getting engaged. Somebody's going to be getting married. Somebody's going to be having a little bambino. There's going to be some news coming out this week that has to deal with love. And isn't that cool? It's February 14th this week. So we are coming into Valentine's Day. This could be for some. You're going to get a card. You're going to get that box of chocolates, and even maybe hear about or hear from an old loved one, an old boyfriend, girlfriend, something like that. When it comes to money, we have the Two of Cups. So this week is about partnership. Whether it has to do with your finances or work, you need somebody else to come in and help you. 2 heads are better than 1. So if it has to do with your finances, if you're feeling like something's out of whack, get a second opinion. You're right. Trust your gut. If it has to come to work, if you need help, get somebody else in on it. You are not seeing something. There's something that you're missing because you're invested, and somebody else will be able to see it right away and help you. So don't be afraid to ask for help. When it comes to worry, we've got the Three of Wands. When the Three of Wands shows up, especially when it comes to worry, it's like you had this plan to move forward, and you were going with it. You could see it. And then all of a sudden you find yourself at that point where you're waiting for your ships to come in. You should swim out to meet them. And you're feeling as though you're stuck. That what you wanted, what you planned on, you're not quite sure of, and you're not even sure how you felt. You can't even remember what it was that you wanted. You can't remember how you felt about it. It's like there's something that changed, and you did it, but you didn't even think about it. So this is the card of you've made a decision. You've gotten past that decision. Now you might be in regret, or you might be waiting like, I was expecting more. So now this is the time when you've got to realize that it's no longer about what actually happened. It's about how you see it. It's about what you do about it. You can change the way things feel, and especially because this is letting your ships come in. This is letting you know that there is a solution. There are ways to get around this. And you know it. You're just afraid to move forward. So, as advice, we have the Nine of Wands. The strength that you have is just amazing. Your ability to deal with others and to defend yourself is amazing. But guess what? When your ego and your stubbornness gets in the way, that causes issues. That causes you to feel like you can't move forward. This card is saying, hey, you're worth it. You have gotten this far. What is stopping you to get further? You've lived this life long enough to know that sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. But either way, regardless, you move forward. And things are always changing. So never judge yourself on the day you're having or the day you had. Tomorrow's always fresh, always new. So you need to be selfish. You need to put yourself first. You need to tell people like it is, how they can help you. and why you're worth helping. You got this. You are the center of your universe. That is the way it's supposed to be. You are the star of your own movie. Act like it. All right, so it is that time to ask our angels for some advice or an answer to a yes, no, maybe question that might be on your mind. Let the angels help you with that question, give you guidance. Do you have a question? Abundance.
Abundance. Great abundance will find its way into your life. Your plans will yield prosperity, providing a sense of security about the future. Your angels will be with you as you take the actions necessary to manifest your dreams. Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a larger circle of friends, vibrant health, or romantic love. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven and receive the gratitude which you deserve.
So, my dear sweet friends, that is our reading for this week. As always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, cheerio, take care, and God bless.